Just got to, a little nicked up and get him healthy. Once we get him healthy, I think he's fine. Just get him where he'll lead the group and be full speed every single play.
Looking at your stable of backs, do you think A.J. was a little underrated by the rest of the folks around the conference last year, considering how well he played?
Well, he had a great year, and it's probably our most explosive player, and was voted on by his teammates to do that, to be that guy, and had a great year, and does such a good job for us on special teams as well. And A.J.'s really had a good spring so far, and I hope it continues on. And again, just looking for one of those guys to lead this group. We don't want somebody to all be the same. We want somebody to step up and be the leader.
Coach, given the year that he had, do you feel like he's deserving of that #1 spot?
Oh yes, I think he can definitely be the #1 guy, and and was the #1 guy for most of the season. And then what happens is the guys get nicked, and you end up having to put another guy in there. And I think in this day and age, you're going to have to play 3 guys. If you look at all the great teams, they're playing 2 to 3 guys, and sometimes 4. And I think we're right in that same boat for next year.
What do you look for in a back to become a leader? You said you want A.J. to kind of step up and be that guy. What do you look for?
Well, I'd like him to be the guy in the meeting room. We want to compete in the meeting room. We have a win-loss column in our meeting room, and we want them to compete off the field. We want them to compete on the field, and then we want to compete in the weight room, and then just compete in life. Feed the good wolf. Just be a great person on and off the field. And right now, all those guys are kind of fighting for that person who's going to be that cock of the walk, who's going to be that guy to be the domineering person in that group.
Bobby, how's the relationship been so far? I know you got to work with BMAC the last season, and obviously the Outback Bowl being the offensive coordinator. But how is that trio between you and Warner going?
I think it's great. I've been able to be around BMAC. He recruited our school, so I knew BMAC from years ago, and just always kind of felt like we saw things alike. Being able to steal yards on the perimeter, being able to put the guys in speed positions, or the speed guys in positions to make plays. And I think we see things alike. I think Dan and I, the short time I've been able to know him and work with him, it's very exciting to hear his knowledge and the amount of the vast information he has on quarterback play and how to make it simplified, how to make it where you can completely understand it and not be any gray area. He's helped me with that.
Bobby, Tyson, played a lot early in the season last year, and then maybe later on he didn't get as many reps. How did he handle that?
Tyson it all goes back to being ready and being prepared and having confidence. He's probably, you look at him on the field, the most talented in the practice field. That's got to carry over in the game. That's why you see a lot of inconsistencies when you see game day. But on the practice field, you see a lot of probably the most dominant guy on the practice field. But that's got to carry over. And like I told him, I can't wait to the Coastal Carolina game to see how he performs, because he's the guy. We got to see it under the lights. So,
how much, or what's been the issues about him not having that confidence on game day?
We're working on that, and I think he's over it, and I think he's ready to take the next step and become a pro.
Outside of Rico being hurt, what have you kind of seen from him, coming back from the injury and all that early in the spring?
It's been nagging for him. It's a thing that's been bothering him since bowl game, and he's out there and basically helps us win the bowl game. I don't know what % he was, but he wasn't full speed, and he's talented, and we want him ready, we want him healthy, and he'll help us, on the field as a power guy, because he's such a slasher, just like he ran the touchdown on the speed option. Being able to cut back and back shoulder that safety, we need that talent on the field.
Coach, take us back to that bowl game, coaching Jake again and seeing what he did. You guys were able to win the Outback Bowl and kind of his progression up till now.
It was great. It was great that Coach allowed me to coach quarterbacks and had the trust in me to do that. I'll do whatever he asked me to do. If it's to coach tight ends, coach whatever he wants me to do, I'll do it. And it was fortunate for me that I was able to coach my son in the bowl game, and that was a great memory for us as a family, and just being a Gamecock, just being able to embrace him after that game and after that win, because at the end of the day, it's about winning, and we did it, and it was a great feeling for us to be able to do that together, because honestly, I hadn't been able to coach him. I've coached him as a youngster through 7-on-7 and all, but then when he moved to Alabama, I was coaching him from the stands, which is hard to do as a parent.
Bobby,
was there any
skinny?
He's lost a few pounds. He's gotten a little faster, a little quicker, working on his speed and agility, and I think he's trying to take his game to another level.
Bobby, was there any part